left. Now, everyone, we'll be starting shortly, just 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll be starting the webinar. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope my voice is audible. Am I audible? Uh, everyone, am I audible? Please let me know this.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us today. Uh, First of all, I would like to introduce Pakistan Agile Development Society. It's a self-organizing body working for the promotion of using agile project development methods. The vision of our society is to see Pakistan emerge as the world leader in the fast-paced technology-driven world, and our mission is to build and foster a thriving ecosystem for agile community in Pakistan. So thank you so much for joining us today, and we are very much looking forward for more people to join us, and we are in the process of receiving some more attendance. Before that, during that, we will move forward, and I will introduce our panelist for today. Today we have with us Syed Nabil Anwar, who is a certified Agile practitioner, helping teams to embrace Agile and understand its frameworks. He has more than 15 years worth of experience and in this 15 years of worth of experience, he has worked in multiple business domains like banking, telecom, healthcare, consultancy. In 10 years of his experience of project management, he has developed his learning in the agile coaching, and now he helps organizations transform their journeys from simple project management to the thriving agile management process. Another panelist that we have with us is Chandan Lal. He is the author of the book The Agilist Guidebook, a reference for organizational agile transformation, the Scrum Master Guidebook, a reference for obtaining mastery. We can lead, a guidebook of personal leadership and self-coaching. And last but not the least, a guidebook of coaching high performance teams. And this exactly is our today's topic as well for the webinar, the coaching of high performance teams. He's working as an enterprise agile transformation coach, and he has 2 decades worth of experience in information technology product development. So thank you so much, Nabil and Chandan, for joining us today. So first of all, Chandan and Nabil, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shwaz.
Okay. Nabil, can you please speak a little louder? Your voice is not audible.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yeah, you're audible now. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, Nabil and Chandan, I'm a project manager and I'm working in this field for the last 3 years. So I myself have seen a lot of teams, and I have seen a lot of teams struggling to become high performing. So first of all, if you can just tell us all, how do you, in your vast experience, explain a high performing team?
Chandan, you may go first.
Okay, thanks, Said. So it's a very vast answer, as you rightly said. It's a vast thing because the definition goes in a different situation. It goes with the context actually, because if I want to build a rocket, my high performance team definition will go different in a rocket. If I want to do something for the farmer, as the context is changing, it will be a different. But at the end of the day, any high performance team is that if we can satisfy our end user need, the right expectation, if we can connect and then fulfill those needs and generate those value for our end user, then we can say that they are really high performing. In brief. Said, yeah.
Yeah. I think as Chandan rightly said, it's all depend upon the outcome of that particular team and what they are up to. Mostly the high performance team characteristics is basically they are the one who are basically sharing same vision and they have set the realistic goals, and they are self-organized and self-managed. They are empowered enough to take their own decisions, and they are committed to the success. And they are more to consensus driven, and they have that constructive disagreement within them, just to make sure that they will achieve the goal which they are heading towards. And mostly these teams are basically are either uh, 10 members or maybe few, just to avoid that complexity. When you involve or when you make a team, a bigger team, then the complexity in between the communication or sharing the ideas will enhance as per the team grows.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was really insightful. Chandan, any insights from your part of the world where you work? And definitely, our organizational structures and your organizational structures are different. So, anything that you would highlight that you have seen in your surroundings, uh, seeing the teams progressing from being really non-functional to being functional?
Yeah, good question actually. See, so as I was always referring the context, right? Like say I worked on a aerospace industry, I worked on a healthcare industry, I worked on a industrial automation segment. So actually why I'm referring keep on this context is actually the context drives significantly about the team behavior. So how it is different if I'm working in aerospace versus how it is different when I'm working on a retail industry. See, it's the market which drives the behavior of the people or of the team members. If the speed of the market is rapidly changing, if the technology changes rapidly changing, so similar types of pressure or expectation will come to the team. So the similar types of behavioral things will come to the team. So say if we just copy that healthcare team into that retail domain or retail team, initially they will struggle because the context has changed, the speed of agility has changed. So they will struggle initial state, but with the right passion, because that's one of the crucial element into this. Like if every individual is passionate to do something good for the human being or humanity, then things will start evolving or things will start changing. So who will orchestrate those things to happen? So then the leadership element comes into the picture. So it's the leaders who actually bring those orchestration into that team context and elevate those team to that level of agility. So it's the context which drives significantly about the team performance, and the team, the composition of the team also matters. So to move from this the forming stage to the performing stage, it varies based on the complexity of the system. Sometimes some team takes 6 months, sometimes some team takes 2-3 years. So it's again is based on the complexity, like how rapidly the team members are willing to actually overcome those challenges. Everything influences. So it varies. So I'm sorry, I'm not able to give you a very specific answer, but it is actually so vast topics to really experience it. So that's why it takes time to traverse that journey.
Okay, Nabil, any insights from your end? And thank you so
Yeah,
much,
I think
Chandan. That was really enlightening. That was really enlightening.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah, I
you.
think as Chandra rightly said, I mean, when you set up some teams, there are certain levels of their formation. And when you specifically talk about the high-performing team, there are certain challenges which, as an organization or as a leader, you face. For example, the engagement of the team. If the engagement of the team is not that effective, you are not providing the proper communication or not holding the emotional intelligence or influencing them, or you are basically, as a leader, you should be having some good leader listening skills and the negotiation skills. Then comes to the conflict resolution, how the team is formed and how constructive disagreements they have within them, and how much empowered they are to take their own decision. Then comes to the task management. See, when any organization or any leader mismanage to provide the environment where they manage the task properly, so that basically leads to the risk disrupting within the team and individual or as a group. If the task is well defined, that best work where and the benefit basically comes from the team is that they have the autonomy, they have the variety, they have the task, they understand the importance of the task, and they have that continuous feedback on the item or on the goal what they are working towards. And the organizational issues, they play a major role in the high performance team. For example, if organization is taking care of the environment where the teams are interacting effectively, and the level of support they receive from the organization and the resources where they want are available on time. So, when the teams and the leadership, they come over these challenges, a cohesive and effective team produce some number of results that are not limited to, but they have the time saved during the task completion. They float the information free for everyone, which can be benefit for the individual or the team itself. And when these things happen, the great innovations and creativity comes out from the teams.
True.
Yeah. Yes, sure.
Thank you so much, Nabil. That was really very insightful. And actually, this is so true that until the teams are not ready to cooperate and coexist in a healthy environment, we cannot achieve agility. Because what, in my personal humble opinion, I've observed is that people do not see agility as a mind frame, or does not see it as a mindset, but rather see it as a technical aspect that needs to be implemented through SOPs and documentation and stuff, and they are not ready to make it a part of their regular lives. So thank you so much. This is for all the worthy audience members out there. Once we are done discussing certain aspects with Nabil and Chandan, we'll be taking questions from the audience. So this is a humble request. Kindly please gather all the questions that you have been dying to know the answers of in regards to high performance teams, especially in an agile environment. The next question that I have for both of you is, how important do you think being a team player is when the environment is agile, or when we have this agile environment? How important it is for people to be in an us or we capacity rather than in an I or me capacity? So please do highlight on this.
Yeah, yes, I think it's very important for being the team player. And again, it's not about the part of being a team. It's all about what the value you are giving or providing the values that is basically adding the effectiveness of that team. Individual with their own technical or their experiences, what experience they are taking within the team is something that is very effective. See, that's why we have these level of formation within the teams. When the teams come together and we are in the stage of forming the teams, then the commitment level or the competency level is very high. Similarly, the team is having a very low level of commitment of the competency, that why are they are here, why they are forming this team. The role of the leadership there is more of the directive side rather than on the supportive side. Similarly, when the next stage comes in, when the team are on the storming side, when they are now start working together, so everybody have their own ideas, everybody have their own suggestions towards the solution. And then comes the part which we call the storming, where the team basically start conflicting in between each other. And as a leader, then it is a part of the leader, then it will be more directive and more supportive to the team. And the third stage, when things getting normal, they know how to gel in within each other, they know how to work with each other. That is the point when as a leader, the direction part or the directive part becomes on the lower side, and you start giving more support to them. And the last level is something which we basically always want to achieve, is a high performing team. The team who know how to work together, the team who know what are the capacity or what is the potential, not in the certain individual, but within us as a team. That is the level when we basically discover that we part if all of the team, not from the I part. So yeah, that is my point. Chandan.
Yeah, thanks, Said. So in my latest book called High Performance Guidebook, there is one dedicated chapter called Team Chemistry. So for last all the programs, whatever I have worked on, I have observed a strange phenomena in all those team. And as a part of a coach, we work with the team. So and varieties of the team we have been working with, like some teams are really awesome, some teams are struggling, some teams are in the mid path somewhere. So one common phenomena what I have observed that is the chemistry. So how well the chemistry is going on among team members. And whenever we recruit team members nowadays, you might be observing it, like the new entry or the generation Z, whatever they are coming, they're very smart. And when I talk about the smart is actually how well you are able to get along with others in with all those barriers. Like there will be differences among ourselves because we have been upbringing in a different ambient, a different circumstance. So we carry a lot of different types of thought process, but still whenever we recruit team members, we try to look into this aspect, the chemistry element. Like one team members can have many different opinion, but still how well we can gel with each other. Because whenever a high performance teams comes, it's the one of the characteristics is ability to really get along with all the different diverse team members. There will be a conflicts, there will be a constraints, there will be a objections, there will be a constructive debates, but still if our emotional maturity is at high level, we will be able to modulate ourselves. And that's why that chemistry play a significant role. And so the team chemistry, like if we can observe this, like a high performance team, you see how well they have gel each other. And on a rough time or on a different tough time or in a happy time also, you see that how they celebrate, how they actually hold each other hands. So all these things possible when there is a high chemistry among team members. They understand each other, they hold each other, and they support each other. So when can we reach this state? It takes years of preparation. It takes years of get along with each other, understanding each other's aspiration, their passion, and helping each other to achieve those passion. So that's how that chemistry grooms. And that's why I always observe that like chemistry play a significant role. And some of us, or as a coach or as a team member, need to really ensure those chemistries are flourish so that we can really traverse the complex path. Because building product and solution in this digital world is complex, no doubt about this, because nowhere the defined path is crafted. So whenever we are in a discovery path on this kind of uncertain world, it is those chemistry helps to hold each other together. It's the glue which hold all the team members together for that common mission. So I believe this chemistry element is very essential for high performance team.
Okay, Chandan, that was really, really enlightening. And I would like to add something over here that is true. Uh, in a very short period of time, like for working for 6 months or for working a year or after working for 2 years, we expect to have a great chemistry. But basically, at that time, what we are going through is the norming stage of team. So it is very important to understand that if you want to achieve a huge level of chemistry amongst the team members, then we have to spend a lot of years together.
True.
The next question, now that
That's
we have already started
correct.
talking about your book, Chandan. So although I had saved it for the, to keep the suspense alive and to do it in the better remaining half of the webinar, but now that you have already talked about it and intrigued us with it, can you please highlight us how your book writing journey started and what inspired you to write this book, especially the one on the high performance of the team?
Yeah, quite interesting topic. So uh, it has been 2 decades. I have been mostly working with the software product companies. So there are two types of organization. There are service organization, there are product organization, and service organization serve for some other organization. The product organization build their own in-house product and solution. So most of my career I have worked on the product organization. So I have closely observed how the awesome product builds and what it takes to really uh, create a greater product. And my research area is also that, like creating those high performance team. Like say, I have been extensively studying those behavior, like what it takes to create such a awesome team. And for several years I have been noting down those observations, and then I realize now it's with me, and I am only referring those, and I am only applying those wherever I am going as a coach. How about giving it back to the humanity? So that's the thought was going on in my mind, and all those took notes, whatever I have been taking so many years about high performance teams, the different types of turbulence, different types of challenges the team goes through. I started actually crafting this in the LinkedIn blogs, and over a period of time it has piled up a significant amount. So and then I just started actually compressing those into a book format, and you know, it's a tough journey. Like, it does not happen in a month or in a day. So this formulation process takes at least 1 to 2 years, like when we are satisfied saying that okay, now it conveys certain message. So it's a journey, I would say, that like which is going on, it will never end, like with this high performance team book. It is an ongoing process where we constantly observe, constantly experiment, constantly learn from it, and then give it back to the humanity. Some of the other people may get benefit out of it. It may not serve all the people because the context changes, but some of them it may help. Those their context and see that how it beneficial for them. So that's what I've been doing it,
This is really nice
formulating
to
a book.
know, because currently I myself am working in a product oriented company, and this is really enlightening for me.
Yeah.
Even on individual basis, this is really very enlightening for me.
Yeah. So I treat it as a actually passion. Like what happened, like if it is not helping anybody else, doesn't matter. If it will help individuals, because for the sake of articulating something, you will research it, and when you research it, you will experiment it. When you experiment it, it will give some aha moment. So those aha moment is unique to you. If you just capture those aha moment over a period of time, after several years, you will be, when you look back, you see this number of aha moment you have acquired. It is worth to share with others. And then that's how actually every I believe every author actually brings something into the light.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Thank you so much, Chandan. That was really this is really empowering to know that from your own experience you were able to reach a point where you are now guiding others, and that too in the form of a book, which is, I hope, available worldwide for people to access. Okay,
Yeah.
so the next question that I have is from both of you, Nabil and Chandan, is what are those challenges that high performing teams face? There are many challenges that teams face on daily basis, but what are the specific challenges for high performing teams that they have to go through, or they are or the challenges that they should be prepared for beforehand?
Yeah, Chandan, please go ahead.
Okay, thanks, Said. So in my high performance book, there are 5 chapters, and they are the problems actually what I've observed. And they are the problems actually what I've observed. Actually, the leadership. So what I've observed, every great teams become great because they based on the leadership of leadership, whose team members are actually able to move on. So in absence of those elements, team will break away. So the first and foremost element for me is actually leadership, a true great leadership which actually binds the team together. So that is number one part. Another element is actually I saw that like team composition. When I talk about the composition, it is the right amount of skill set for the given context is essential. Say I want to build a rocket, and when I would like to build a rocket, now you see all the essential skills and competency needed to build a rocket. I should be there into the team. If it is not there, team will struggle. Of course, it's a good to have a struggle in the team because it will make them robust, but how long this struggle will continue? After some time they will break apart. So that's why it is vital for everybody to understand like what kind of skills and competency we needed for the given assignment. So and that is essential element. Like team needs to call out like if there is a gap, team need to continuously build those gaps if they see that. In absence of that, team will collapse. So that's the essential element, the team composition, the what kind of skills and competency is essential for a team. If it is not there, team will struggle a lot. So there is a time limit. Like if it continue to struggle for years, they will break apart. Another thing is the team context. So it is essential to understand like what context you are operating in. If we change the context, we also need to change our mindset. Like what it works in a healthcare industry will not work in aerospace industry, will not work in a digital retail industry, because the context has been changing. And inability to understand the context is the biggest roadblock, because the speed of the delivery in the digital market is not the same in the healthcare market, because healthcare market is slow. It's a mission critical system, so it does not have to really obey the speed. It just need to comply with the quality of the deliverable. So the context is different. So that's why it is vital to understand the what context you are operating in, what drives this context, and what is the speed, or what is the expectation in that context, and fulfilling those context is essential. Understanding this context is essential. So there's another challenge I have seen that. Another element is the, I said, team chemistry. Team chemistry is the glue which bind all this team together. A diamond become diamond because it has been actually heated up for a long time with a 1,000 degrees centigrade, because it was just a normal carbon, but it formed a diamond because it has solidified its bond in such a manner that it has become a diamond. So similarly, a team will become high performance team when this chemistry has been solidified, and for that whatever is needed have to be done. There is no excuse about it. It has to be done. The team chemistry has to improve. If some team member leave the team, we need to refill it, and we need to again elevate to that level. There is no compromise on that. The last one is the coaching, because in today's world, coaching is one of the vital element, and people had to really understand what coaching means. And if team members is not able to appreciate the team coaching, then again there will be a lot of struggle, there will be a lot of challenges. So someone in the team, either it is external coaches or the internal someone play this role, or leader play that role as a coach, need to be there, because anytime there will be turbulence, anytime there will be challenges. So in this turbulence time, team member need to be coached. Team member need to be coached from the technical front, from the business front, or from different multidimensional things. The team need to be coached. So if nobody is coaching the team, nobody is understanding the team's challenges, then it will be a struggling for long time. So as you said, like norming style for 2 years, it will be like a norming style only. It will never be 5 chapters I talked about it. These are the coaching element, the leadership, all these things has to be nicely formed. And when all those elements has been strengthened over a period of time, then slowly you will be able to see that the deliverables or the outcomes coming out from a team is the world class. And it's a journey.
Yeah, I think I agree with Chandan. I mean, all those points and the factors are very important. One is love to get challenged. They want to put in to a situation where they
Yeah.
feel that they are challenged. They work together. They know how to solve a certain problem. But again, it all depends on the amount of trust or the amount
Yeah.
of learning they have been provided over the years. And when it comes to the learning, it always not about when you put them in a situation and they know exactly what needs to be done, because there will
True.
be a lot of research what is required. Because when you change the dimension of the team, you change the domain of the team to perform and solve the problem, then there are certain resources a team wants to have to move forward. And just to make those resources, or what you call those support that they need from the organization or from the leaders, if they are not placed at the right time, then it may impact their performance. High performance team is basically, it's not about a continuous journey. It about that there is a team who is performing continuously and they are at the level of high performance. But again, it all depends on the certain individuals as well. For example, if someone leaves the team and there is another one comes in, So that journey basically from the high performance come down either maybe to a norming, or depending upon the situation, maybe storming or forming again. So this high performance team is consistent, but again depends upon the individual who are basically the part of the team. So this is not something at the end stage for any team, but it's an ongoing journey. It's a continuous journey that is again it's because again by the end of the day, a high performance team is a combination of certain individuals. That's that as we have seen in the Agile Manifesto itself. The very first point is individual and interaction over process and tools. So when we talk about the individuals and their interaction, whenever there is going to be a new person who's going to join the team and anyone who's going out from the team, this part basically become very crucial. It all depends upon that individual who's becoming the part of the team. Is he doing agile or he's being agile? So the learning from that particular individual or the mindset of that particular individual may impact the performance of the team itself. Now it comes to the team, how they basically groom that certain individual, how they give him the comfort to be the part of the high performance team and make him productive. So it all depends on certain elements, not from the team itself, but from the individuals as well. So yes, I think as Chandan rightly said, as a team, yes, there are certain elements, but we need to also understand the certain individuals who are the part of these teams.
Yeah, very good point.
Okay, so I will redirect my next question towards you, Nabil. What do you think are the characteristics of a high performing team or an agile team?
Uh,
I missed that, I think.
Sorry, Shwas, can you ask again? You
Yeah,
are not audible. Yeah.
voice. Yeah.
Yeah, Shwas, can you hear me?
Nabil, I'm saying that I will redirect this question towards you. That what are the characteristics in your perspective of an agile or a high performing team? I hope now I'm audible.
Can you come again?
I also could not catch that question
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Mm,
I am so sorry for the inconvenience. This is because of the internet connectivity.
yeah,
The
yeah.
question is
Yes, yes,
that,
you're audible.
Nabil, this is for you, specifically for you. That what do you think are the
Mhm.
characteristics of an agile team or a high performing team, or what are the characteristics we should look for when we are forming a team and we are saying that we are going to implement agile methodologies?
Well, as I said earlier, it all depends on when you are performing or the formation of that particular team. All depends on how well the understanding of agile itself within the organization or within the leaders. See, agile is something that is not only limited to the individuals, but it all about the culture. Because when you say that you're going to do the agile transformation, or let's suppose the business transformation, these are or the digital transformation, these are the terminologies which we are uh, currently using in certain organizations. So the first impact of these activities are basically impact the culture of the organization. And when we talk about the agile, there are two types of approaches that usually people take. The first one is doing agile, knowing what the practices are, start implementing them without knowing the fact that how that is going to have the impact on the team and how that can be tailored further depending upon the situation. The other way is being agile. You know what the principles are. You know how the manifesto is defined. You know how the situations in which you can tailor your processes. When you do that, you then realize that why we want to be agile. We want to be empowered. We want to make our team empowered enough in which they start delivering, because agile is all about expected the changes and having the feedback, involving the customers, making sure that the teams that are involved in Agile are effective enough and understand the framework, whatever the framework is going to be implemented, they understand those frameworks very well. And on the other side, the leadership, how the leadership of the organization is ready to adopt Agile, and how much flexibility they have to have this across, and how much they are ready to have the impact of it. Because definitely when they are going to change or transform themselves from certain processes which they have already in place, and they are going to be agile, there are going to be the implications of that as well. Now when that happens, the leadership basically becomes more on that side where they see that their teams are empowered enough. They are not giving them the direction, they are giving them the learning curve, they are giving them the safe environment. On the other side, the teams are basically feel psychological safety on the higher side. The teams, when working together, they are very much involved to a certain goal of the organization. They know how they have to deliver whatever has been asked from them. It's not about someone is there who's giving them the direction, but they have that self-managing within themselves to take the certain decisions based on whatever is required to achieve the goals. So I think this is the way. I mean, it is start from the scratch. It start from the basic. How well you understand the Agile Manifesto. That is the key. And then keeping those concepts and then start doing agile or being agile, it's your choice. And when we talk about the agile mindset specifically, when people usually ask me that why the people talk about the mindset, this is something that we basically had in our, what do you say, in our academics. We have been following waterfall, we have been following the traditional project management right from the academics, that the mindset which we have, that it's sequential. We have to do this first. Now when we are going to apply the agile, the mindset change methodologies, these approaches, right at the beginning, when we start learning about that software engineering, when we start learning about the project management, then you have that both concept in your mind. And then it will be easy for someone to have that shift within the traditional or the agile project management approach. And agile itself, from my perspective, agile itself is not only limited to the projects. You can apply the agile approaches on the non-project based activities as well. That can help you to segregate the tasks you have in your hand and then achieve whatever you want to heading towards.
Thank you so much, Nabil, and thank you so much, Chandan. It was a pleasure hearing from you both. Uh, this webinar has been really enlightening for me in person specifically, and definitely for the people who have joined us. And we very much look forward to doing such a webinar again with you both. So, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for sharing your worthy experience with us. And that's all from our side.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shwaz, for having us.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, Nabil. Thank you so much,
Bye.
everyone. Take care. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.